All right, I think we are good to go. All right, looks like I am the only one still in January. So everybody, welcome to your new month. Welcome to February. Week one, day one, week one of February in the symmetry world. For those of you who maybe didn't answer but are running for January, today is the last day to get business across the line for any January goals. I I was doing my yoga this morning. I was like, what do I want to talk about? I had like two very clear um day 600 of ice and snow. Yeah, I live in Michigan. It's I think the high yesterday was -2 degrees. So I'm with you, girlfriend. I had two very different directions that I wanted to go today. Thankfully, right, yoga did its job in bringing me the clarity. I came out of yoga feeling spicy, which is not normal. Normally come out of yoga feeling very, very different, but I was spicy in yoga because I was really annoyed with the instructor. Um, and I came out feeling spicy. So I want to talk about what happens when we see people on the leaderboard blowing up, getting big results, maybe out of their norm, right? Maybe they're doing more than they normally do. Maybe they're doing more than other people are doing. And we're like, wow, she had a big week. She did 10,000 this week. She did 20,000 this week. She had a big month. I'm saying she, it could be he, right? We've got a few men in this business. Um, I want you to drop in the chat. What's the first thing? Like the first thing when you see that word that you wonder. What's the first question that you ask yourself that you wish you could ask them, or maybe you do ask them. Maybe you reach out to them. What's the first thing you want to know? California. I don't even understand. California feels like a different country to me right now. How? Yeah, how? How? Okay. Let's be more specific. How, what do you, is there anything like if you could talk to every top producer, every elite producer, everybody on those leaderboards, what does your day look like? I love it. Nothing, you guys wouldn't ask them many questions. What did you do differently? Okay, cool. All right, let's switch gears. What do you guys think the number one question is I've gotten in the past 10 days when I put up my monthly numbers in a matter of days? Ooh, what are you reading? I love that one. Ooh, what kind of leads are you working? 100%. Yo, why is that the number one question I'm getting? You know what leads I'm working? The ones that my mentor and I decide are the right leads for me in my season of life and business and my schedule. How do you keep up the momentum? I love this. There is no secret. There's no one lead. There's not one thing, y'all. If there is a secret, the secret to winning in this business is doing all the things you know you could be or should be doing that you're not. Drop one thing in the chat. What is one thing you know you could be doing that you're not doing in your business right now? Massive action. Dials. Yeah, we have to dial. We have to take massive action. Focusing. Yes. Dialing more, protecting my schedule, setting more appointments. We heard that loud and clear this week from Jim. 10 appointments. 10 appointments and you cannot lose. 10 appointments and you cannot fail. Setting boundaries. Ooh, I like that one. Being consistent. I love that one. Cool. So I'm not going to tell you what leads I'm using. I'm not going to tell you because my answer, if you ask me what I'm doing, I'm following the system. I'm doing what my mentors tell me to do. I'm being coachable. I'm acting on my commitments. So what I do want to share with you guys though is it's an answer to the question, but not the answer people are looking for in terms of, and for those of you, there's a couple of people on here I don't know, and don't know me. I in what in the past 6 days, 7 days, I've like doubled my typical monthly numbers in a week. And yeah, I did some things differently. But what I did was all the things I have known that I could be and should be doing. For 1 year, I've been in this business for 1 year, And there are many things. I have yet, you guys, I have yet to like actually sit 10 appointments in a week. I've yet to do that. And so I'm getting a lot of messages, and I love you. My name is Marcy, and I'm your friend. If you have sent me a message asking me what leads I'm working or what I'm doing, I love you, but I do not have time to answer that question right now because, as you can tell, I have my head down and I'm running for a goal. So, first and foremost, I would recommend if you see someone running, if you see somebody winning, respect the fact that they may or may not have time, and I will not apologize. I will answer those questions maybe, and if I do, they won't be quick. Even Mora, who I Voxer with every single day, 10 days ago, I said, girlfriend, I'm gonna be quiet for the next 10 days because if it is not issuing business, if it is not getting this business across the line, I do not have time for it. I, for the first time in 3 years, I have a 3-year-old daughter. My daughter stayed the night with my parents last night. I'm a single mom. I have been with my daughter every single night her entire life. And last night she stayed the night at my parents' house because yesterday and today I had to work. First time that's happened. If it's not getting business issued, it's not for me right now. So, what I do want to answer is the question of not what am I doing necessarily, but what have I done? And I think sometimes when we get curious, we have these questions, we're hoping that they figured something out that we haven't figured out. We're hoping that there's a secret. We're hoping that that new lead is going to be the trick or that whatever it is going to be the thing that gets us to where we need to go. And you guys, nobody has the answer for you but you. You are the only one that can know and can figure out what that hack is going to be for you. And so I could tell you all of my secrets and you could go and do them and you could move backwards. For all I know, I don't know, because what's in alignment for me is not going to be in alignment for you. So the goal, the work, and what we do in this Saturday's accountability specifically is I want to support you guys in digging deep to figure out what it is that you need to look at, you need to unpack, you need to release, you need to reframe, you need to start believing or stop believing so that you can be in the position I'm in where you're like, yeah, what's working for me isn't relevant to anybody else because it's for me. And it's gonna look different. And so here's what I've done. I have been in the self-development, personal development space for 18 years. I haven't counted how many books I've read or how many programs I've done or how many coaches I've hired. I've been in therapy for 24 years. I have invested over 6 figures into my personal and business development, education, coaches, mentors, programs. Some of those things I took seriously. Some of those things I spent $5,000 for and never looked at and touched. But I have over 6 figures of investment in my success. I've run 3 businesses before I got here. I have failed more times than most people try. This one's a funny one. I act on my commitments, not my emotions. And there's a little asterisk there, except for when I don't. But my intention, my goal, my motto is that if I'm clear on my commitment and I can act on my commitments and not on my emotions, cool, I can feel my emotions. I can have my emotions. I can feel the stress. I can feel the discomfort. I can feel the fear. I can feel it all, but it doesn't matter because I have a commitment. I have a commitment to myself. I have a commitment to my daughter. I have a commitment to my bank account. I have a commitment to the future version of me who I absolutely get to step into before I die. And I've spent the last 5, maybe more than 5 years aligning with my human design, doing some really horrifying deconditioning work because I am in human design. If you know human design, I'm a manifester living in a sacral world. I have been told my whole life that what is natural and right and true for me is the wrong way of doing things. I spent 10 years rewiring my brain for coherence. And so if you want to know what I'm doing, it is not my lead type. It is literally decades of work that have allowed me to experiment. So my human design is all about my profile. If you know human design, drop a, I don't know where we're at, drop a 3 in the chat. If you know what human design is. My profile is a 3-5. I exist to experiment. Yeah, Rosario, it's like we never get there. There's no destination, right? Um, I exist to start things, to initiate things, to experiment, to be the one to go first and to experiment. I am in the middle of the experiment. So at the end of the experiment, I might be able to come out of this and say, hey, here's some tactical things. I can tell you tactical things. Only run Zoom appointments. Quit with phone appointments. Get on Zoom. I tripled my close rate when I switched from phone appointments to Zoom appointments. Get emotional. Don't go over numbers if they don't truly understand the gravity of their problem. And don't be afraid of big numbers. People want to ask me how I have my average APV per sale is over 2,000 because I'm not afraid to say, here's a policy for $350. That's going to get you what you need. Most people don't even present those numbers. But I've already gotten them to cry about how scared they are about not having this coverage. And this is not manipulation, right? This is problem solving. And if they don't see the problem, they're not going to want the solution. So cool. I can give you some of those things. But the reason that I can do all of those things is because of all of the other work that I've done. So I exist. My design is to experiment, is to go first, is to trailblaze, is to initiate all of you who are ready for initiation. The reason this group is small is because not everybody's ready for that initiation energy. If you are here every week and you show up every week and you are in my energy, you are ready for it. Take the call. And some of you do. Some of you are in my DMs telling me about all the changes that you're making and all the breakthroughs that you're having. And I applaud that and I love that because the fact of the matter is there's only a very small percentage of people who actually are willing to do the work the work isn't fun. The work isn't easy. It's heartbreaking. It's grief ridden. And so if you're not ready for that work, go fine, go, you can go switch your lead type up, I guess. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you guys. I mean, obviously I know what to tell you guys. I have a lot to say typically. Um, but instead of asking people what they're doing differently or what leads they're working, I literally had somebody message me and say, what are you doing? I need to know. No, you don't. You don't need to know what I'm doing. You need to know what you need to be doing. That's what you need to know. You need to know where are you going and what's your human design and what's going to work for you. So some questions, if you guys see people winning, please respect the space that they are creating in. Now, if it's like a top producer and they're putting up big numbers every single week and they're consistent and they're cool, calm, and collected and they're like a cucumber, that's not me. But those people might have more space. But here are some questions. I'm going to give you guys some questions that you can ask. What's shifted in your belief system? What are you no longer tolerating? Instead of what are you doing, who are you being? What ways of being are you embodying? Where are you headed? What's your goal? You could be celebrating for somebody for something that also remember numbers are for show. I got a lot of numbers on the board and very few of that is actually issued. You don't really know what's going on behind the scenes. I've had 2 triple pivots this week. I have a dude that has been sleeping on his $3,600 app. All he has to do is give Banner his payment information. And he's been sleeping on it for 2 weeks. Told me last night that he'll get it done. Won't give me a time. Won't tell me when. Some more questions. How are you feeling? How are you? You could be watching winners win and they could be struggling and they could be burning out. Do you want that? Do you want to feel the way they're feeling if they're not feeling fantastic? So before I know what you're doing, I want to know how you're feeling about it. Are you about to hit a brick roll like a brick wall? Are you about to crash? I don't want that. Another one in the same vein, do you feel aligned with your results? I had two really big months last year, or last year, September and October, really big months. One month I had a $9,000 app. The next month I had a $7,000 app. Guess what? Neither of them issued. Cool. This one was a little bit of a joke, but I put it on my list. What's your coffee order and what is your address? I was thinking about it yesterday as I was thinking about questions like, oh, I hate these questions that people are asking me, and I wish they were asking different questions. And one of those questions is, where can I send you your coffee order? Oh, you guys, you have the answers. And if you don't feel like you have the answers, you have access to the answers. But you have to show up for you. You have to dig deep. You have to key in. Any mistakes? Fantastic. Yeah, I think yesterday was a triple. I've never had a triple day. I'm normally a single double, but yesterday was a triple fizz kind of day. Um, I want to implore you all in February. It's a short month, right? We got 4 weeks. Um, 4 weeks is a normal month, right? But we know February is a shorter month. Um, get curious. Ask yourself those questions that we want to ask other people. Look at your human design. Show up to this call every single week. Show up to accountability Monday through Friday religiously. Talk to your mentors. And if you don't have a mentor that you love and trust that they have your best interest, right? If you don't jive with them, find a mentor. Hire a coach. Find a person that's going to help you with the things like what kinds of leads and how many leads. Get to Ignite. Drop a 4 if you have your ticket for Ignite and drop a 5 if you do not. Ooh, Kimberly, I better be able to hug your freaking face at Ignite. Do that today. Okay, get to Ignite, you guys. Believe. And if you don't have the belief, borrow your belief. And if you don't have the belief, change your beliefs. It's not easy work, but you can reframe, you can rewire your brain. And if you don't know how to do that, start by being on this call every single week. We talk about it every single week. That is all I have for you. Happy February. Happy Saturday. I love you. If you need me, I will be in my office drinking coffee. See you guys later.